Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to be making a double exposure photo with this lion. So to get things started we need to cut out the background from this lion. So I'm going to go up to this tool here, which is the quick select, and I'm just going to start painting over where the lion is, and it will work out where some of the edges are. So we can go around like this. Now I'm using this rather than just masking it out because it's got lots of hairs and it would be very hard to do it otherwise. So you can see now we've got a cutout of our lion, and say it goes over a bit, you can use the minus tool and just get rid of bits, but we don't need to do that. So I'm going to go select and mask, and then this pops up. If we click on Smart Radius, it will work out some of the edges, and if you feel like it needs some fine tuning, you can use the brush to just work back in some areas where the hairs might be. And obviously if you go out, it will add in loads more, so you don't really want to do that. Once we've got that, we're going to click Output to New Layer with Layer Mask and click OK. So now you can see we've cut out the background. I'm actually going to quickly Ctrl Z that, go back to Select and Mask, and I just want to add a 10 pixel feather so we've got a more smooth outline. And we can click OK. So now that we've got that, I'm going to add in a white background underneath. So we'll click New Layer, drag it underneath, and then select our fill can, which is in the gradient, and we'll just make sure white is selected and paint out the background white. After that, we're going to create a new adjustment layer with black and white, and this turns our whole image into black and white so we can start working with double exposure. Now over here I've got an image of a forest and there's a stag there and I don't know what they are. So I'm just going to click V and I'm going to drag this into our tiger image, and you can see now we've got this. So if we go into the blending mode here and click soft light, you can see it's blending in with the tiger's fur. So we can scale this up and just move it so it's like that, and that looks pretty good. I like the whatever that is, deer, on the tiger, so we'll leave it like that, and that looks pretty cool. So we'll click the tick and select that. After that, I'm going to create a new mask, and I'm going to grab my paintbrush and I'm going to make sure I've got a soft brush selected, so maybe this one, and let's make it a bit bigger, maybe like 50, and I'm just going to paint out some of the areas with black that I don't want on the mask, and you can see it is making it black and white again, but that's okay because we're going to fix that in a moment. So I don't really want any on the face because it doesn't look too good, and we'll just paint off some of these that we don't really want. Might get rid of this tree here, you see. So it's quite easy to get rid of and it blends in still quite well, so that is pretty good. Get rid of some of these branches here that are moving too much, like so. Okay, and actually I'm going to get rid of this animal as well. So now that we've removed all that, we need to make sure this is black and white as well, because at the moment it looks kind of mucked up. So you're going to create another adjustment layer with black and white, and now everything is black and white and it's all mixed together. So might want to add something a bit more exciting to this since it's completely colourless. So I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to go to my fill can, hold it and go to gradient, and I've got a white and blue gradient selected. You can make your own. I'm just using this because I like the colours on it, and I'm just going to drag up like that, and now we've got a nice gradient. And then I'm going to turn this onto soft light, and you can see that's affecting the tiger and it looks pretty cool, but it is a bit too intense, so I'm going to take the opacity down to maybe like 25, but you can see that just adds a little bit of colour and it looks quite cold, but I like that. Another thing that we can do is add the colour back into the eyes. We do need to do this twice because we've got two adjustment layers making it black and white, but it's quite easy to do. So we'll just go in here and make sure we're on the selection of the matte, and we'll just pick black. Okay, and we can, oh no, we want this one, and we can paint out the black and white. We'll turn off this one so we can see what we're doing. And there you can see we're putting the colour back into the eyes. Do the other one. Just do a quick job here. Okay, so we've got the colour on that one. Then we can turn this one on, do the same thing with the right layer selected. And we have that. And that. Now, we could stop here with the eyes, but the orange looks a bit dull and I want something a lot more vibrant. So I'm going to create a new adjustment layer with hue and saturation. And I'm just going to move this down to like there, and you can see the eyes are going purple. So I want to get a nice shade of purple there. And then I'm going to click Control I to invert that matte. And then we can go in here and select white. Flip them over, and we can just paint it only to go onto the eyes, and that gives our lion nice purple eyes, which look really cool. Okay, so now you can see we have come out with this result, which looks pretty cool. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, then make sure to leave a like. That's all from me. See you next week.